average, it's about fourfold the amount of hospitalization you would normally see for flu at this time of the year. It's a very early and aggressive flu season.
Doctors right here in Connecticut sounding the alarm as New York State is seeing a dramatic rise in flu cases, and flu hospitalizations have more than doubled there. So what is the outlook looking like here in Connecticut? Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Patricia Del Rio is joining us live right now. She is outside Hartford Healthcare in Hartford with more tonight. Patricia?
Hi, Mark. Well, in Connecticut, we could see a real increase as well. The numbers are already on the rise here, not to the same extent as New York, but of course they're a bellwether for us because there's so much travel in between the two states, and doctors say we could see a real spike over the next few weeks.
Flu cases are continuing to rise, and we are really at our worst flu season that we've had in about 10 years since the H1N1 pandemic.
Connecticut's Commissioner of the Department of Public Health making it clear today that we are in the midst of a bad flu season, and it could get worse. New York seeing its flu hospitalizations double over the past 2 weeks. We asked the Assistant Director of Infectious Diseases at Hartford Hospital if Connecticut is headed in the same direction.
Yeah, so usually we would start to see things getting really interesting, at least in this part of the country, in the January or so, because it usually gets in very timidly at this time of the year. But this year, starting in November, we've been seeing a lot of flu activity, and it's already leading to hospitalizations and death.
Doctors predict flu numbers will get even worse over the next few weeks as people travel and gather for the holidays. And it's not just the flu on the rise. Dr. Gregory Buller, Associate Chief Medical Officer of the Yale Health System, says COVID cases are rising even more so.
So, we continue to have significantly more people dying as a result of COVID than as a result of influenza. Only a handful of people in the state, I think 7 at last count, have actually unfortunately died due to influenza. But at that same time, averaging about 50-some deaths a month from COVID.
Now, the one bright spot in this so-called triple-demic of flu, COVID, and RSV is that health experts say that RSV is way down. Now, as far as flu, doctors are saying one of the best things you can try to do is to not touch your eyes and your nose. And as far as the flu shot, they highly recommend it. They say that some years the flu shot is not as effective as hitting all the strains, but they say this year's flu shot is very much on target with that strain, and they recommend getting it as soon as possible. Live in Hartford, I'm Patricia Del Rio, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.